What's going on, guys? So let's talk about football Sunday, week 4, I believe. It was a crazy, eventful weekend. We seen a lot of shit happen. We got Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. They both were 1-2 going into the game, so it was a big matchup to see who could stay steady or who will fall to 1-3, which is for both of these teams it might not be that deep, but it was it was quite it was quite the experience yesterday. I'll tell you that right now. So let's just get into it right now. Like we have to break down some serious shit right now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to share both. Okay, I get it now. Share my screen right now. Make sure you guys can see me. Okay, so let's get into it. Start the game off. Ravens went down there, got 7. Kansas City came down the field as they usually do. Had to settle for a field goal. That's what the norm's been, but instantly, right off bat, you could see that Kansas City, how much of a difference Xavier Worthy makes. Xavier Worthy was his first game back after suffering an injury in the first play of the game, week 1. He came back and instantly they're throwing screen passes to him. They're giving him run plays, and as you can see, he opens up so much for the offense. Xavier Worthy, he had the longest rush that the Kansas City has had all season, with just a 35-yard rush. They gave him a touch out of the backfield, and that's what he does, bro. He opens up so much different stuff, so now the defense has to key into him, and then a lot of players start to get open, and you start to see. And that's why I've been saying in these past videos, when the Kansas City Chiefs get back whole, they're going to be pretty scary because Rashee Rice, Worthy, Hollywood, Thornton now, Tyquan Thornton, deep threat, Travis Kelce, obviously, and the head of the snake, Pat, they're going to be crazy, man. They're going to be crazy, so we've seen how much Worthy could do. So as you can see here, Lamar 14 for 20, 147, 1 TD, 1 interception. Pulled himself out of the game with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Said he had a hamstring injury. Don't know how serious that might be. Lamar had a pick and a fumble. Gave away the ball again. Spags drew up a great defense. As we've seen against Detroit had a spy, and that's why they were able to kind of keep Lamar inside that pocket and stuff. And Kansas City used a spy too with Bolton. But my thing is, I just don't like how Baltimore gets away from the run. They had multiple 3rd and 1s where they just had Derrick Henry off the field. Like, you're 3rd and 1 and you have Derrick Henry off the field. Like, why? And they did that about twice, and twice they did not convert, and they had to settle for a field goal one time, and the other time they had to punt the ball. So it's just like they get away from themselves, man. 8 carries for Derrick Henry yesterday. Only 8. 42 yards. Like, it's not like he wasn't doing much. He was doing well, but they just kept going away from him as they usually do. So that was rough. But now let's get on to the good side. Side that I said was going to win. Patrick Mahomes, 270, 4 TDs. Haven't seen Kansas City score over 30 points in so long. Haven't seen Pat Mahomes pass over 3 TDs in 2 years. 25 of 37, 4 TDs, 0 interceptions. Didn't have to run as much this game. He's been leading Kansas City for rushing this year. He's been actually leading all quarterbacks in rushing this year, which is not something Pat usually does until it's the playoff time. Didn't have to rush. Xavier Worthy, 2 carries for 38 yards. One of them was a 35-yard rush. You see, you get Pacheco, you get Hunt. And then we seen some good stuff from this guy. Even though it doesn't show here, we seen that he could do some stuff. Had a good big run that got called back in the end of the game. Then we see Worthy again, 5 for 83. He just has that deep threat ability. Travis Kelce is starting to get open in the zones now because of Worthy. 5 for 48. When Rashee Rice comes back, this is going to be a big problem, man. The league has to watch out. It's going to be a problem. It's just, look at it, just spreading the ball around. Everybody's feeling good. Defense is playing well. Like, Chris Jones had to go to a funeral in the day of, and then still ended up making it to the game. It just shows how much these guys want it, man. These guys just want it more than everybody else. I truly believe that. So Kansas City improves to 2-2, head to Jacksonville for a Week 5 matchup. I don't know if that's in Arrowhead or if it's in Jacksonville, but I just know who they play next. Baltimore plays Texans next, so we'll see if Baltimore can bounce back, see how severe Lamar Jackson's hamstrings is. But Patrick Mahomes outplayed Lamar. So I genuinely believe that Pat, if he keeps stringing together games like this, Pat could get back into that MVP conversation, especially with Rashid coming back in week 7 against the Raiders, I believe. So I believe they keep stringing together some of these stats. He keeps stringing together some good performances like this and wins. Pat will be back in the MVP conversation. So let's move on. Another main event. I'm starting at the end. I'm working my way back because these are the very important ones. Micah Parsons returns to Dallas Cowboys. I don't know, man. Packers started off leading this game. I believe it was 13-2. It was going to be 14-0, but they got a block punt return for 2 points. So it was 13-2. And then Dallas just reeled off 16 unanswered. Well, 14 unanswered, you could say, because it was 13-2. 14 unanswered, basically 16 unanswered. Because 13 got 2 before the 2, whatever, math. But yeah, 16 unanswered. It was just a crazy offensive game. Jordan Love 337, 3 TDs. Jordan Love had a fumble loss, which led to points right before the end of the half. Packers were trying to get greedy because they noticed that they gave up quick amount of points. They were trying to get points on the board with 30 seconds left, and they got greedy and it ended up leading to a fumble loss, and then Dallas ended up turning the tide right there. I felt like this should have been a blowout, but as you know, in the NFL, any given night, man, you think it's gonna be a blowout, and boom, it's not. So, Josh Jacobs went very crazy. Romeo Doubs caught 3 TDs, spreading the ball out. Packers offense needs to be better, but I know their defense allowed 40, but the fumble loss and then the inopportune just not scoring when you need to be scoring, like, it just gives teams confidence. But yeah, their defense needs to be better as well. So Dak 31-40, 319, 3 TDs, just no CD, just still getting it done. Pickens 8 for 134, 2 TDs, just amazing game. Like, just beautiful. Just beautiful gameplay from the offensive ends. This goes to OT in the regular season. Obviously, if the overtime period finishes and it's a tie, then the game's a tie. If it was the playoffs, this would go until somebody wins. So they finish as a tie in the whole big Micah for Cowboys, and Jerry Jones had to say, like, it ended up being a tie. So who really won this trade? Like, right now the Packers are not doing exactly what they should be doing. I still believe that they won the trade, but we shall see. Like, I do have a video that Jerry Jones talking about the game real quick. I'll just play it real quick. Let me just play that shit real quick. Hopefully the audio plays too. Oh my god, I'm actually slow. I messed up. Yeah, maybe I won't play that video so I don't get copyrighted, actually. But Jerry Jones just says, like, yo, like, the trade, and then it was a tie game. He said he's happy with his side. Micah wasn't happy with a tie, obviously. He wanted to come in there and he ended up getting 1 sack on Dak. So now let's open back up the stats. Let's go over some other games. Here. Just gotta bear with me for a second. Who do you guys think won the trade, though? Right. Tie game, 40-40, highest tie game in a minute. Struggling right now. Okay, there we go. Page is unresponding for a minute. Okay, also, let's get into this. Now we're gonna really get into some stuff. For real. I don't want to be out here for too long, hold you guys up for too long, but Chargers lost to the Giants. Jackson Dart's first start, 21-18. Defense was putting on a display against Herbert. Herbert threw 2 picks. Chargers look like they're gonna cruise to win that AFC West for a little bit there. Now they're 3-1. Chiefs are only 1 game behind them. Chiefs lost a game to them, but Chiefs also could get a win against them. So to really, put it back in display. So what are we thinking? We thinking the Chargers still control the AFC West, or do we think the Chiefs now are back in control and can win this division? Let me know, boys. Jackson Dart, 13 for 21, 111, 1 TD. Not much on the passing game, but really put some stuff on his feet there. 10 for 54 with a TD. Just just showing that young guy getting out there fresh, able to move the feet and stuff like that helps, man. I know Russell Wilson could throw the moon ball and stuff, but you gotta go young sometimes, bro. Malik Neighbors left with an ACL injury, maybe. So that's a big loss for them. Feel sad for Malik Neighbors. Prayers up. Hopefully he comes back healthy, but as of right now, it might be an ACL. Sucks. Steelers. Steelers get it done in Dublin. First game of the morning. 9:30 a.m. game. Carson Wentz, 2 interceptions, 350 though, but just not enough. DK had a big game, 18 for 22, 200 yards on the dot, 1 TD. Not much, but enough for DK, 5 for 126. Like, just the main target there, just really getting it done. Steelers pull it out. I do think Steelers defense needs to get better, but that's up to them. Commanders, Falcons. As I've been, I've been saying this. I genuinely believe the Falcons have like some insane weapons, top of the top weapons right now. Like, they need to be putting up points. They ended up putting up 34-27. No Jaden Daniels, obviously, but you get 313, 2 TDs. Mariota gave you 156, 2 TDs, 1 interception. And then you get Bijan on the ground, 17 for 75. And then Drake London, Bijan Robinson. In the past game, he had like a 70-yarder where you caught, but he could have took it to the house, but he got caught. Kyle Pitts, I'm glad he's finally being used. We've seen over the past years in this guy's career, he wasn't being used, but he's such a great weapon to have, man. You got to use guys like this. 5 for 71 TD. Amazing. Texans took care of the Titans 26-0. The Titans are just ass. Let's be honest. Eagles 31-25. The Buccaneers had chances, but yeah, 130 for 2 TDs. LOL. The Buccaneers had chances, but AJ Brown after the game, he wasn't happy. Do you guys agree with AJ Brown not being happy, man? So AJ Brown, he's not getting much targets. He had a good game last game where he had 6 catches for about a $106 or something around that, and a TD. And it really showed that when they use him, they could be very explosive, but he's still not getting the looks. And when he got targeted this game, but they were bad passes, like into double coverage. Like, it was just terrible. So he had 2 catches for 7 yards. After the game, he posted on social media, basically like, subliminal message, just keep your head down, shrug your shoulders and stuff. But do you agree with him? Even though they're winning, do you think AJ Brown should be upset that he's not getting targeted? Or do you think because they're winning, he needs to stay quiet and just let the wins keep coming? I don't know, man. Me personally, I feel like for them to get to their top level, AJ Brown needs to be getting targeted and needs to be making catches and having explosive plays, because that opens up even more for the running game and Saquon. But at the end of the day, it's hard when you're winning, man. It's easy to say, when you're losing, but when you're winning, it's hard to be an angry person because it just looks like you're a bad teammate, when in actuality, you just want to help out. But, that's how it is. Buccaneers, 289, 2 TDs for Baker. Baker had a bad interception. Tried to extend the play and threw a pick close to the red zone. Terrible. No Mike Evans, hamstring injury. 7th year straight with a hamstring injury, I believe. Always has it. A Mikabuka guy. Great rookie. I love this guy right now, man. Love his play. And then Bucky Irvin. Just amazing. Just amazing. Ground game and pass game. Just doing it all. Got to Chris Godwin's first game back, 3 for 26. Chris Godwin's slowly going to get back in there. Amazing target to have. Buccaneers had a chance to win that. They didn't win it. Eagles improved to 4-0. Patriots blitzed the Panthers, let's be honest. And then we had the Bills against Saints. The Bills did what they had to do. Don't really touch on that. Lions against the Browns. Did what they had to do. Browns has a good defense, but their offense just doesn't help. So the more possessions they give other team, eventually the other team's in the scoring. And if the other team's Detroit, with those weapons, yeah, good riddance. Just amazing, man. Like, I gotta open it up, right? I just got to. But these guys are just amazing. Like, Goff doesn't even have to do much, really. Just got to be smart. That interception, can't really have those against good teams, but 15 for 91. Last game was a big game for Montgomery. This game a big game for Gibbs. Like, their tandem is just so amazing. Then you have Amara St. Brown. Doesn't drop the ball. Always efficient. 7 receptions for 72 TDs. JMO always a deep threat. I feel like JMO, they need to start finding out ways to work JMO in to like the mid-range passes, close-range passes, a little bit of smokes, a little bit of screen passes, just for him to get the ball a little bit, because they use him as a deep threat all the time. I would hate to be the deep threat receiver, because you always have to run deep, and then the other receivers get the ball like a lot. But that's just how it is, man. Jaguars beat the 49ers. Bears beat the Raiders, blocked the field goal at the end of the game. Amazing win for the Bears. The Raiders are terrible right now. And then another big one. Both teams coming in 3-0 for the Colts, 2-1 for the Rams. And then Daniel Jones, man, big game, and then threw two interceptions. 17 for 76. Jonathan Taylor's been playing well. But, those interceptions are big. And then you have Stafford, 375 for 3 TDs. Jesus. Like, those weapons you gave, when we gave Stafford, Devontae Adams, and Puka, when they put Devontae Adams on that team, we knew it was going to be an issue. Like, 13 for 170 for Puka. I don't think Puka has had under 100 yards this season. Like, he's just killing, and that's what it is with Stafford. When Stafford gets one weapon, keys in on that weapon, and he just always gives him the ball. I would love to be wide receiver that plays with Stafford, because you see in Cooper Kupp won the Triple Crown, and then you have Puka out there, one bomb to end the game to Atwell for 88 yards. Like, Stafford's just amazing, man. Like, and the weapons you give him, he makes it do. Like, do we think that the Rams could contend? They lost to the Eagles last game. They really should have won. They choked like a 16-point lead. Do we think that the Rams are the Eagles' biggest contender in the NFC? Let me know. And is that about it? See, I just kind of brushed by on like the little games. I really went in detail more on the bigger games. But yeah, that's about it right there. So let me know. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But today we have Jets-Dolphins division game. Bengals-Broncos. No Joe Burrow, obviously, so we'll see how that ends. But I'll be back in here tomorrow, obviously, talking about how those games go. So I appreciate you guys for locking in, and this was one of the longer videos. But just gotta do what we gotta do, right? Damn, I'm trying to end it and it's not ending.